Now we are going to discuss NEET applications. So what is the first NEET application? That is a principle of reversibility. What about principle of reversibility here? So listen here. When light traveling from one medium to another medium, in the first medium incident ray is there, in the second medium refracted ray is there. So when the refracted ray falls on the mirror which is placed in the path of the refracted ray, so after reflection, this ray retraces its initial path. So this is called the principle of reversibility. See here. It is the interface between two media. When a ray of light traveling from one medium to another medium, I will take it as a first medium. So refractive index of first medium can be taken as N1, and when it falls on the interface between the two media, at the point of incidence we are going to draw the normal. So supposed to be, it is the second medium, its refractive index N2. Supposed to be N2 is greater than N1, means second medium is denser medium, first medium is rarer medium. The light traveling from which medium to which medium? Rarer medium to denser medium. The refracted ray bends towards the normal because of decrease in speed of light. I will place the mirror in the path of refracted ray. It is refracted ray. Now I will place the mirror here. So I will place the plane mirror here. So how the light incident on the plane mirror here? The light incident normally. If the light incident normally, then the light reflects normally. So after reflection, the ray retraces its initial path. This is called principle of reversibility. Then for this incident ray, this is angle of incidence, that is I, and it is angle of reflection R. So after reflection, what is the angle of incidence becomes now? R. What is the angle of reflection becomes I. Because the light traveling from which medium to which medium? Denser medium to rarer medium. Then the light bends away from the normal, as shown in the diagram. So it is N2. N2 is the denser medium, N1 is the rarer medium. Means N2 is greater than N1. So it is called principle of reversibility. So before placing the mirror in the path of refracted ray, then using Snell's law. Using Snell's law. What is Snell's law? Sin I, sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is equal to N2 by N1. Means the refractive index of the second medium with respect to first medium. From which medium to which medium the light passing here? From the first medium to second medium. From which medium to which medium? First medium to second medium. Suppose whenever we are going to place the mirror in the path of the refracted ray, then the refracted ray reflects. Okay. So this reflected ray retraces its initial path. Then after reflection from the mirror, the ray retraces its path. The ray retraces its initial path. Now the light traveling from which medium to which medium? Second medium to first medium. Because after reflection, the light traveling from second medium to first medium. So here angle of incidence becomes R and angle of refraction becomes I. So by using again Snell's law, sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction. Sine of angle of refraction, because the light traveling from second medium to first medium. Then in this first medium, the light bends away from the normal. So we can write here N1 by N2. So N2 by N1 can be written as N21, refractive index of second medium to first medium. From which medium to which medium light traveling here? First medium to second medium. But here from which medium to which medium light passing here? Second medium to first medium. See here, second medium to first medium. How to write this one? This can be written as N1 2. So means the light traveling from second medium to first medium after reflection of the light from the mirror. So by using these two equations, so sin I by sin R is N21. Then what about sin R by sin I? That is 1 by N21. I will call this is equation 1 and it is equation 2. Then from equations 1 and 2, from equations 1 and 2, so we will get so what is sin R by sin I? Sin R by sin I is nothing but that is 1 by N21, because sin I by sin R is N21, sin R by sin I is nothing but N21. So I will write this equation as equation 2 can be written as 1 by N21 is equal to N1 2. So it is called principle of reversibility. It is called principle of reversibility. So this is about first application. Then what is second application here? So we are going to write this Snell's law in vector form. Snell's law in vector form. So what about Snell's law in vector form? Now let us take the light traveling from first medium to second medium. Suppose to be the second medium having the higher refractive index than the first medium, means second medium is denser medium and first medium is rarer medium. So the light traveling from which medium to which medium? Rarer medium to denser medium. When the light traveling from rarer medium to denser medium, the refracted ray bends towards the normal in the denser medium. It is incident ray. At the point of incidence, again as usual we are going to draw the normal. The light traveling from which medium to which medium? Rarer medium to denser medium, because N2 is greater than N1. The light bends towards the normal after refraction. So it is angle of refraction and it is angle of incidence. So what is the direction of incident ray here? The direction of incident ray is shown by the unit vector I. The direction of incident ray that is shown by unit vector I, and the direction of refracted ray that is shown by unit vector R. What is the use of unit vector here? Unit vector is used to show the direction and its magnitude is how much? 1. So by using vector form, means by using Snell's law we are going to express that Snell's law in terms of vector form. Okay, so how to write this one? We know that what is Snell's law? Sin I divided by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. From which medium to which medium light passing here? First medium to second medium. So I will take N1 to the left hand side and sin R to the right hand side. So N1 into sin I is equal to N2 into sin R. So we are going to take cross product. Cross product between unit vector I and unit vector taken along the normal, that is I cross N. What is I cross N here? I cross N can be written as the magnitude of I into the magnitude of N into sin R. We are going to take the cross product between unit vector I and unit vector taken along the normal. What is the unit vector taken along the normal? That is N cap. So what is the magnitude of unit vector? 1. And what is the magnitude of normal unit vector? Again it is 1. 1 into 1, that is 1. So that is sin R. Sin R. Next we are going to take the cross product between. So unit vector R and the normal unit vector. So we are going to take the cross product between. So unit vector R and normal unit vector. So that is R cross N. r cross n is equal to the magnitude of unit vector r and the magnitude of unit vector n, that is sin r. Because angle between the unit vector r and the normal unit vector is r here, so that is why it is sin r. What is the magnitude of what is the magnitude of unit vector here? Again it is 1. And what is the magnitude of unit vector? Normal unit vector, again it is 1. Unit vector means its magnitude is 1. So 1 into 1 into sin r. It is sin r. Okay. So sin r is nothing but r cross n, and sin I is nothing but I cross n. I will write n1, it is I cross n is equal to n2 r cross n. So it is this Snell's line in which form? Vector form. Snell's line vector form. So it is also called general law of refraction of light. See here, to the left hand side we are going to take the first medium, to the right hand side we are going to take the second medium. So the refractive index of first medium is n1 and the always angle of incidence is in first medium, and refractive index of second medium is n2 and always the angle of refraction is in. Now we are discussing about absolute refractive index of a medium. What do you mean by absolute refractive index of a medium? It is the refractive index of a medium with respect to air medium or vacuum or free space. Then how to define absolute refractive index of a medium? Already we know that the refractive index is inversely proportional to speed of the light. So absolute refractive index of a medium is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum, to the speed of light in the given medium. It is the definition of absolute refractive index of a medium. So see how to write this one mathematically. According to the definition, absolute refractive index of a medium is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in the given medium. So n2 by n1 is equal to c by v. Suppose to be first medium is air or first medium is vacuum. So then the speed of light in vacuum is denoted by c because they are inversely related. And the second medium is any other medium. Except vacuum or air or free space. Then its refractive index can be taken as n2. And here the speed of light in the given medium can be taken as v. Always v is less than c. Means speed of light in vacuum is greater than speed of light in a given medium. Okay. So what is the speed? Refractive index of vacuum. Refractive index of vacuum is 1. And refractive index of the given medium I will take, that is n. That is n is equal to c by v. N is equal to c by v. It is the expression for absolute refractive index. So refractive index is inversely proportional to speed of the light. So suppose to be first medium is air, vacuum or free space, then the speed of light in vacuum can be taken as c and they are inversely related. And the speed of light in a given medium can be taken as v and the refractive index of the given medium can be taken as n2. And I will replace n2 by n and I will replace N1 by 1 because the refractive index of the free space, vacuum or air is approximately equal to 1. So that is why N equal to C by V. Then what is the unit of absolute refractive index? Absolute refractive index is a scalar quantity. First, it is a scalar quantity because it is just a number. It is a scalar quantity. And next one, what is the unit here? Unit of absolute refractive index is, absolute refractive index has no unit. Why it has no unit here? The speed of light in vacuum is measured in meter per second. The speed of light in a given medium is also measured in meter per second. Meter per second get cancelled, means absolute refractive index has no unit. It has no unit. If it has no unit, then it has no dimension. It has no unit and no dimensions. No dimensions. Now, for example, what is the absolute refractive index of the water? Absolute refractive index of the water means it is the refractive index of the water with respect to air, vacuum or free space. Example, absolute refractive index of water means what it's meaning here? The refractive index of the water with respect to air. That is how much? That is NW is equal to 4 by 3. 4 by 3 means it is 1.33. So do the calculation. So here the refractive index of the water with respect to air, that means we can write NW by LA is equal to 4 by 3. But refractive index of air is how much? 1. Then the refractive index of the water with respect to air is 4 by 3. Because refractive index of air is 1, then 4 by 3 into 1 again it is 4 by 3. So it is called absolute refractive index of water. And what is the absolute refractive index of glass? Another example. Absolute refractive index of glass. Absolute refractive index of glass means it is the refractive index of the glass with respect to air. Mg is equal to, that is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means it is 1.5. It is the refractive index of glass. So among them, which having the high refractive index here? Glass having the high refractive index. So that means glass is the denser and water is the rarer for the given pair of media. If the given pair of media are water and glass, water is the rarer and glass is the denser, because glass having the high refractive index than the water. So what is the refractive index of glass? That is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means it is 1.5. And the water having how much refractive index? 4 by 3. 4 by 3 means it is 1.33. Means 1.55 is greater than 1.33. That is why glass is denser compared to the water. Then next, it is about absolute refractive index. So absolute refractive index is simply called as refractive index. Absolute refractive index is simply called as refractive index. Refractive index. See here, absolute refractive index means here one medium must be air. Means refractive index of the medium with respect to air is called absolute refractive index, and simply it is called refractive index. And absolute refractive index is denoted by N. In some other books it is denoted by the letter mu. In some other books the refractive index is denoted by mu. Don't confuse with that. Mu and N both are taken for the here refractive index. So absolute refractive index is also defined in terms of wavelength. So how to define this one in terms of wavelength here? Absolute refractive index of a medium is the ratio wavelength of light in vacuum to that in given medium. To that means here wavelength. To that in given medium. Because here the speed of light is directly proportional to wavelength. Already we know that what is the relation between frequency, wavelength and speed. In first we have studied about this one in the chapter waves. What is that relation? So V is equal to F into lambda. Speed of the wave is equal to frequency of the wave into wavelength of the wave. So that is V is equal to F into lambda. So what is the speed of light in a first medium? Speed of light in a first medium is c if it is air, and the speed of light in a given medium is taken as v. Then I will write it is refractive index of the second medium divided by refractive index of the first medium. So first medium is here. Which is the first medium? First medium is the air, and which is the second medium? That is the given medium other than air. So that is N2 by N1 is equal to, it is, what is C here? C is nothing but here F into wavelength of the light in vacuum. Wavelength of the light in vacuum to the frequency into wavelength of the light in given medium. Then the frequency get cancelled here. Why? Because here in the refraction of light frequency remains same. So after refraction and before refraction the frequency of the light is same. But here what will be changed? Here speed and wavelength both will be changed. So refractive index of the given medium I will take N. Refractive index of the first medium, which is the first medium here? First medium is nothing but here vacuum. Then what is the refractive index of vacuum here? 1. That is N by 1. That is equal to, then it is wavelength of the light in vacuum to the wavelength of the light in a medium. So it is another way to define the absolute refractive index in terms of wavelength. So listen here, always refractive index is inversely proportional to speed of light and also wavelength of light. So N is equal to wavelength of the light in vacuum to the wavelength of the light in a medium. So it is another definition for the absolute refractive index in terms of wavelength. Again it has no unit because wavelength is measured in meter. In numerator and denominator both having same physical quantities. Both having same physical quantity means both having same units. Those units get cancelled. That means it has no unit. So this is about absolute refractive index. Now relative refractive index. What do you mean by relative refractive index? Already we know that what is absolute refractive index. Absolute refractive index is the refractive index of one medium with respect to air. But here relative refractive index is that it is the refractive index of a medium, one medium with respect to another medium. Okay. So see here, relative refractive index is the relative refractive index is the refractive index of one medium with respect to another medium. So how can we write this formula here? index of second medium with respect to first medium, I will write that is n to 1. How to read this one? Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. So that is n2 by n1. What is 1 here? 1 is the first medium. The medium in which the incident ray is called first medium. The medium in which refracted ray is called, that is second medium. Okay. So it is a refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium. The light traveling from which medium to which medium here? First medium to second medium. So we can write in terms of speed. So what about N1? N1 is nothing but it is absolute refractive index of first medium. That is C by V1. Already we know that. What is the expression for absolute refractive index? That is N1 is equal to C by V1. It is the refractive index of first medium with respect to A. It is called absolute refractive index of first medium. That is N1 equal to C by V1. Then N1 is C by V1. Then what about N2? N2 is the absolute refractive index of second medium. Okay, means the refractive index of second medium with respect to A. Again we can write it is C by V2. Already we know that what is the expression for absolute refractive index? Speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in a given medium. That is C by V2. So what get cancelled here? C get cancelled. Remaining it is C by V2, and this V1 is in denominator that comes to the numerator. Then V1 by C. So C get cancelled. It is V1 by V2. Okay. So see here, the refractive index of second medium is N2. The speed of light in second medium is V2. Because the refractive index and the speed of light both are inversely related. The refractive index of first medium is N1. The speed of light in first medium is V1. Again they are inversely related. In generally we can write N2 by N1 is equal to V1 by V2. V1 by V2. This is the relative refractive index in terms of speeds. And what about relative refractive index in terms of wavelengths? Relative refractive index in terms of wavelengths. This is relative refractive index in terms of speeds. In terms of speeds. Then relative refractive index in terms of wavelengths. Relative refractive index in terms of wavelengths. In terms of wavelengths. That is N2 by N1 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. Because the refractive index and wavelength both are inversely related. Lambda 2 is inversely related to N2 and lambda 1 is inversely related to N1. So because the refractive index and speed both are inversely related, and also the refractive index and wavelength both are inversely related. For example, the color which having the longest wavelength, that having the low refractive index, which having the longest wavelength, red color having the longest wavelength, and its refractive index is low because the refractive index and wavelength both are inversely related. So which having the longest wavelength? Red color having the longest wavelength. If the red color having the longest wavelength, then its refractive index is low. Then which color having the shortest wavelength? Violet color. Then its refractive index is high. So which color having the longest wavelength here? Red color having the longest wavelength, then its refractive index is low. And which color having the shortest wavelength here? Violet color. Violet color having the shortest wavelength means its refractive index is high. So I will write the refractive index of violet color is greater than the refractive index of red color because the wavelength of the violet color is less than the wavelength of the red color. Means the wavelength of the red color is more than wavelength of the violet color. So which color having the shortest wavelength, that color having high refractive index. Okay. Which color having the longest wavelength, that color having the lowest refractive index, because the refractive index and the wavelength both are inversely related. Okay, so this is about the relative refractive index. Next, for example, I'll take example. So refractive index of glass with respect to water. Refractive index of glass with respect to water. It is called relative refractive index. Why? Because here the given media are different media other than air. Refractive index of glass with respect to water. How can we write this one? NGA. Refractive index of glass with respect to water. Sorry, NGW. Refractive index of glass with respect to water can be written as Ng by Nw. Then what is the refractive index of glass? Refractive index of glass is 3 by 2. And what is the refractive index of water? That is 4 by 3. Then what is the answer? It is 3 by 2 into 3 by 4. Then it is 9 by 8. What is the value of refractive index of glass with respect to water? That is 9 by 8. So it is the relative refractive index of glass and water. Then what is the relative refractive index of water with respect to glass? This is one example. This is first example. Refractive index of water with respect to glass. Refractive index of water with respect to glass. That is NWG. So how to read this one? Refractive index of water with respect to glass. We can write NW by Ng. Then what is the refractive index of water? Refractive index of water is 4 by 3. It is 4 by 3. And the refractive index of glass, it is 3 by 2. Then 4 by 3. 4 by 3 into 2 by 3. It is 8 by 9. So it is a refractive index of water with respect to glass.